So, welcome back, guys. Hopefully the sound is a little bit better. We've been trying to work on it during the break, and obviously the first map has been done and out of the way, and obviously I think we all saw how close that one, but yoki did walk away with the victory in the end. But a very close game all in all. Their defensive play really paying off them. The early exchange did go in favour to EnRo Griffins, and I'm really curious how they're going to cope on such a close quarters map like Railway is, and if they can do the same thing again by creating those crossfires.
Well, speaking of Railway, let's go ahead and take you straight into there just to show you how this map is going to go down. I didn't set up any of the cameras now that I think about it, but you know what, we don't need those. But let's see what these teams really do, as we're going to have yoki on the Russian side, and we're going to have EnRo on the Chinese side. But let's tag along with Keat here, see what sides they really want to hold on to, what flags they really want to take. And right now he's actually going to go for a pick here on a Frantic. Doesn't get the kill just yet, and he's actually going to get taken down either way. But the squad does end up picking that one up, and it looks like A will be picked up over towards the Chinese side, or is going to be holding on to that one. And you know, we were talking about, you know, Zavod and the places that yoki were holding at A and at C. This map, to me, if you can grab A, if you can grab C again, you can get these great positionings in these buildings to really lock them down.
Yeah, that's the big danger here, and that's maybe where the defensive play is going to come in. We're going to have to see, really, as we do know right now, yoki do have the advantage of the 2 flags to the 1, B and C in their hands. A, you can leave them to it. If they can keep their hands on B and C, hold down that middle road and the long, you know, push towards, you know, in between A and C, then, you know, they might have this one already. They can just, you know, really concentrate this down. And that's exactly what they're doing. Frantic holding down that A road, just going to be putting himself quite far out, just watching the push as far as he can, making the calls happen. And let's see how EnRo plan to break back into this one, because they still want to obviously hold on to A, but it's going to be a minor problem for them. It's, you know, they don't have much to lose at this point. They have to find a way through. They did seem as though they were focusing towards, you know, the C site there, but it didn't really pay off for them, and already fire coming in towards the A area, and we're already seeing EnRo falling down. This could mean trouble if Frantic decides he wants to push.
Yeah, Frantic, just like I said, he was watching that A road. He's able to pick that kill up, but right now a lot of action happening over towards C, as it looks like EnRo, they want to be able to lock this one down. They will be able to get it here, but what will they lose for it? They do grab C, but will they lose A as Frantic's still there, even has Zeller spawned in on top of him. Going to be able to lock that one down, but now the action actually moves over towards B here, as you're seeing Kawa pick up a kill right there, and going to be able to potentially hold on to this one.
Yeah, and when you have C, the B side becomes so much more obtainable. You can obviously spawn from C, go downhill, you have the advantage, you know, in that sort of aspect, and we are seeing it kind of paying off and coming through to fruition, as we do see yoki really struggling now to keep hold of that B side. They've gone down. They should, in theory, swing into the hands of the Chinese team, but can Bite Me do anything about it? He's found one, but does he know there's 2 more members present? No, that's Frantic there, just trying to do damage, but at the moment we are seeing a little bit of a comeback coming out from EnRo, and they desperately needed it.
And EnRo, they're pretty much throwing everything they possibly can over towards B, but now they're only finally able to capture that one. But in the meantime, you're seeing Zelle and I believe Frantic again in a 2-man squad work over towards C, lock that one down, and they are just backcapping everywhere EnRo Griffins go. And even with that, even with this 2-man squad that you're seeing, I see even the explosive going to come out there, the rest of yoki are able to hold on to this 5-man squad that's attacking.
Yeah, and they just want to ruin those buildings to make it harder to defend for the opposition. They want to make sure they can get into this one as easily as possible, and, you know, to stop them being able to really lock out C and then hold the cross towards A. So that's how they're trying to make this one viable for themselves. They've got the ideal sites for them, maybe. I'm not sure if they're so keen on A right now, but they're still going to try and hold on to this, as we do see them kind of working this one out. Bite Me doing what he can on the side. He might have to push back in here. There we go. He's going to be doing the damage. Player right next to him. Will he get the knife? I do believe he just got denied at the very end. Is 122 points to 102. Koa trying to do more damage, and at the moment the Chinese team having 2 flags to 1, but they actually could turn that one around.
It looks like EnRo might be able to lock down onto a 3-cap here, as right now yoki, they just can't seem to get a foothold. They're being taken down left and right, but Zelle finally able to pick up one, looking for a second, gets on the Lazim, and that might be this B site taken back for them, or sorry, the C site, if they can grab this one, and he's in a nice little bit of a cheeky spot right there, able to take it from inside the building.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they needed. Zeller, they're doing the real damage. Him and Frantic have been the key players to this point so far, and they're looking for a way to open up the B site to make sure they can reclaim that, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're going to be blowing up the walls, blowing out any buildings, so it's not as easy for EnRo to defend. We are seeing Keed making his way forward. He's come around the back of yoki, and this causes trouble. That means B's going to be back in the hands of the, I believe it's the EnRo side, but we are seeing the respawn coming from yoki towards the C site, so they should have a good push down towards B at least.
But this gives EnRo a chance to set up for this run right now, as Menix actually going to be looking the wrong way. There's a man coming, actually, well, they end up coming straight for him, but doesn't matter. They pick up the kill, and that means this B should be taken very shortly here. A great spread out attack coming in from yoki right now, as they're working towards A and B both equally. yoki going to be going in through that window right there, looking to hold on to B, and they will be able to take this one back very quickly. But what can EnRo Griffins do about that? Where will they respawn? And they have a man in the backside. Menix respawning over towards C, gets taken down, and that was probably a very huge kill coming in for yoki.
Yeah, and the points are all even at this point. Let's bear that in mind. It was a real struggle to come back into this for yoki. They had a great start, but they let it slip. And now with the map more destroyed, they have the ideal sites for them. They can create that crossfire and hope they don't get that random spawn towards the back of C, which I think some of EnRo have. You can see Key trying to push in towards the B side. That's not going to happen, but C is going to be contested as we speak. Obs just really trying to keep eyes on from afar towards the A side. He knows there's players there. He's just going to be spotting them out on the cross up towards the B side rather than challenging flat out. They're doing the smart play. They're going to probably play for the respawn onto him if they get the opportunity to. He's going to take the shot, but where's Bite Me going to go? Look at these angles. Pixel perfect. 2 flags to 1. They need to start, keeping that ticket bleed going against the Chinese, and maybe they can work this one out.
Looks like the hit will be coming down at C for EnRo here, but they're being attacked from all different directions. Keed, the man trying to stay alive here, gets taken out from the backside, and that might have actually been the attack on C being thwarted right now. However, it is currently neutral, and here we see Gook in another great position. He's unfortunately missing his shots. Finally gets the kill right there, though, and that should be able to hold on to the A site.
Yeah, should is the main word, though. It's so hard. With all these buildings destroyed, you can never be fully secure. And that's exactly what the yoki side wanted to do. They wanted to make it a viable thing in case they got locked out on these points. Right now, I believe they have B and C in their hands. EnRo have the disadvantage, and they're going to have to look back towards B. They need to get this one, into their favor. Maybe focus on a retake towards C as well. That's always a possibility. I find C is a little bit easier to take and then work on B, leaving one player behind, but it's all down to preference. And I think Iveguk is going to be playing the defensive role, letting the rest of his team play more offensively. But look at By Me there. He's just playing the cross player. He's going to be watching that cross, trying to find any easy kills. So you're just denying an easy cross towards the opposition. And you can see Koa splitting down towards the A road. They've got this locked down. As long as those nades aren't going to connect and really throw him out of it, they've got a good hold. This is their comfort zone. This is when they get dangerous. EnRo need to find a way through.
And you see Bad for sure. He's trying to take some high ground here, try to get some spots onto him, but it doesn't matter either way. He's actually going to spot one right there. He is going to pick up be able to pick up the kill on the obs, but I'm not sure if that's enough for them to even take C back as the ticket bleed has really started coming into effect here. 88 to 41. He's going to pick up another kill, but they haven't been able to take C again.
Yeah, but they'll get there. They can get there now. They've taken away the main defending players, and they might have a bit more of a chance if he can get this revive, and if he fancies it. Not going to go for it. Going to wait for the squad to spawn on him. 2 players against 2 here. This is going to be the highly contested side. They're going to go in from both sides. You can see the flag being swung back. That's going to be ringing the alarm bells towards the opposition. C being contested, A being contested. B's the only safe side for the Russians, and they need to focus on what they want here. They're going to give up, I believe, the A side, focus down towards C, and maybe that's the right option. We can only wait and find out.
Yeah, and we do have C still being contested from both these sides here, but EnRo going to be able to actually not hold on to it just yet. They still have 2 men there to look for a kill or 2. They do pick up one, and it looks like they're trying to fight for C, but this ticket deficit is really starting to get out of hand. They need to pick up some kills. They need to pick up some sites ASAP, and yoki are just everywhere. They're just stopping them from making this happen.
Yeah, and we saw Frantic them pretty much being the pillar of the defense, allowing the other players to rotate around the side, and they focused on the correct side there. They went, okay, let's lock down C and B. That's our best options. Lock them down towards A. Hope they don't get the spawn behind, see if we can keep them within position. That'll be fine, and that's exactly what they're doing. And this is what's paying off right now. 82 to 15. Big point lead coming in for the Russians there. They don't have long to wait now. Koa just mopping up kill after kill, locking down the A road. These guys are doing so good at this moment. Koa just getting a little bit of a glimpse there from Iveguk, but still 10 points left. This is going to be over pretty damn soon. Bad for sure is just making very little difference. 8 points remaining. This is going to be a huge deficit. Considering the first game was a 5-point difference, this is a big change up. Considering how hard the yoki side did work at the beginning, they're doing the damage. So right now, 2 points remain. I think this is pretty much the first half over. 81 points remaining at the end there for yoki. That is the ideal way to get this one started. Now they can focus on how they want to play the next half. They know exactly what the opposition like to do, and they know how to lock them out. Now let's bear in mind the real factor of this game. Not only are yoki defying the odds, yoki are in 6th, and they're playing against the 3rd position team. So big difference coming through there, and that's going to really start affecting these guys. Hopefully they can keep cool, keep calm, and play smartly in this one. Don't throw it away. You can see they just did so well on the kills as well. Koa being positive, Frantic, Zella, all keeping stupidly positive there, as well as Bite Me. Ope's the only player, on 9 to 10, nothing too bad, and it's not all about kills. It was the positioning. It really was there, and the way they locked down those 2 sites, C and B. They had a bit of a disadvantage at the start. They locked it out, but they lost it very quickly. EnRo started to get the advantage, and they turned it so well. And that was why it's just so good to watch these guys. I've known a couple of these players for quite some time. Koa has all been a tactical genius when it comes to it, and it's clearly showing in this. I was talking to him before here, and even he was like, "Well, if we do well, that's great, but I don't think we will. I don't think we're the the strongest team in this, but I'm hoping that we can do the best we can here because we want to do as well as we can. Obviously, points do add up, and they want to collect them early early on, keep making these impressions, because let's bear in mind, this is round of 32. When they get into round of 16, they'll be facing off against eyeballers. Now, guys in chat, you guys know how good these guys are, and obviously, yoki will know that as well. But let's consider this. It's not just over yet. Maybe, just maybe, the opposition can turn this one around. They have to really try so hard, though. 81 points is a big chunk. Now, I've seen teams do bigger things than this, but it's not going to be easy. They're going to have to work so damn hard for this. It's unbelievable. But maybe they can. As we've seen, when you get that B site, when you get that C site, you just have the advantage on this. You can lock down that cross on the main road. Maybe if you fancy it, locking down the A road as well. You obviously always have a threat coming in from that right side of the mound. That can be a big problem. As you can see, not all players are present yet in the server, but that's the main point. This is the thing that's so such a big factor here, and it shows how they've set this one up. So I'll be very surprised if yoki go for maybe an A and B hold or an A and C hold. I think they're going to go for that, what we saw before. Let me know in chat. I'm looking at you guys there. Let me know your thoughts. Do you believe that they'll go for the same sort of hold, focus on the same sites, try and be that sort of team, keep the pressure the way they're going? Or do you think maybe, just maybe, that the opposition will be able to, maybe work out what they were doing so right in the last one that got them so down? And, maybe that's exactly what's going to happen here. These guys are just setting up, getting those restarts in, making sure the server's correct, making sure all the settings are perfect, because obviously this really does matter. Now, I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Do let us know. Clearly some Eyeballers fans there in chat. And a little bit of a chat about the guns. The one thing that I've noticed a lot more players running with the AEK these days. Back when, I started casting this, it was all about the Ace 23. But now a lot of the players kind of switching things back up towards the AEK, a little bit more, Battlefield 3 style. I would like to see your thoughts on that one. And is there a Mr. Dogbit in here? And too easy, it was yoki who won the first one, so they are currently ahead. They went into the second map. On the first half, they had the advantage of 81 points. So they're sitting pretty damn well. And you may notice I'm talking a lot. That's because Jason had to, leave me for a second. The bathroom called, and I can't stop him doing that, But we are going to see if these guys start back up. I do believe EnRo lost a player at the end of the last game, so maybe he had to restart and they're getting ready to go. But thank you all the guys for turning out so far. I do want to let you guys know that it's fully damn well appreciated, and I do believe we are ready to go live into this one. So let's get on towards one of these players. Hopefully I can remember the controls. There we go. Got it. And we are going to see who's going to get what flags at the start. So EnRo will be on the Russian side. Look at that. Badfishel straight away holding that road push, spotting out so many players. And it's not all about the kills. It's all about the spots as well. EnRo have managed to get down the ideal sites for the yoki team, so that could really throw off the kind of equilibrium of the team we just watched claim such a big point advantage. But how will EnRo get back into this one? Nice little mid kind of play coming out from Menix there, finding Zella on the push towards the B site. Does have to be a little bit careful of the A road. They know that they're on A, so they need to be a little bit more careful of this. Hopefully they can play smart here, keep it calm, and we are seeing Menix just keeping eyes on. He's going to be spotting those out, telling Swizz who's going to be coming towards them, and that's such an important factor. Koa there just making the push happen. He's going to be spinning straight down, pushing in, playing quite defensively though. He's not going over aggressive. He knew there'd be a counter push coming through. That's bad for sure, going down, and at present it will be actually the team who had the deficit coming in with the advantage this time. 2 flags to 1. The Russian team having the advantage of B and C. But will they be able to hold it? It seems like they're going to be happy holding C, but as you can see, Cohen's such a great position by the B side. He's going to really start, making a bit of trouble and allowing the rest of his side to get back in here. So let's see what he can do. We are going to spin onto the other side, see what they're doing, see what they're up to. As Keith is the one looking towards that B side, looking to find his way through, maybe using that schoolhouse to find the entrance. A little bit of pre-fuck now. He's going to spot that player down by A road, get a nade through, doesn't get the ideal connection, but they're working back into it. And Jason, how are we doing?
Oh, I almost died. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, Lord. Did not mean for that to happen, but I'm back. I'm good to go here. And a great scoreline, as you are showing me, coming in for yoki right there. And I do have to say, thinking back to all the results we've had within the Go for LOL, or it's not Go for LOL, wow, that's the first mistake. Go for Battlefield 4 that we had actually 2 weekends ago, and then Battlefield number 2 that we had come in last week. This map has usually been one of the most decisive maps in terms of scores.
Very true.
Where you'd have like the biggest score lines come in here, and you're kind of seeing exactly why, because you're able to hold on to, for instance, B and C or A and B really well because of the crossing they have to do. There's so many angles to fire from, and it seems like yoki have really made that one work for him here.
Yeah, but at the start it was all EnRo, so it's been a bit of a switch around. We are seeing Badfishel picking up the kill onto Obes, maybe alleviating some of the pressure between B and A. But at present, the Chinese side of yoki have the 2-to-1 advantage. Where's going to be the switch point? It seems though C will be the point that they'll be trying to get back in, and we are seeing Lessem splitting down to A. That's not paid off. They've got to get the site.
And Frantic, he's going to be pushing in here. I mean, they still have 2 men here. Even if they do lose it, they should be able to take it right away while the rest of EnRo start to push in towards another site here. But Frantic, him and Zella have been that 2-man squad that have really been doing work. You're seeing right there, he waited till the site was completely taken. He waited till people started to leave. And with him alone, that pressure's applying. Isn't going to be able to retake C here. But either way, they just lost out. Actually, no, he won't even take C. He'll get taken down before that even happens, as Kao was the man to really make this one come back in their favor. But you see EnRo, they're able to hold on to this a lot better this time, and it seems like the first team that can get those 2 points down and get in the right positions really lock things down and really start to take the score lines.
Yeah, but yoki seem to be challenging a lot more. They're not just happy sitting back and just being locked down to 1. They always want to challenge, and that's why the points are even at present. 108 to 108. A being contested, B and C being in the counter hands. So A is going to be the defining factor here. Who's going to get the spawn throw? Who's going to get the push? It will be the Russian team. So we're going to see if they can hold on to this one, lock it out here, and get this game, back underway and really putting the pressure on yoki.
And right now, remember, if EnRo Griffins fall below 81 points, they will have lost out on the second map, which would mean they are out of this cup, and yoki would advance into the next round. But either way, they would go home with a couple of points, which we will explain how that works on a little bit later. But right now, Kawa, he's trying to hold on to this right now, and he's looking for a kill or two as he's the only man over towards C, but B is the real point of contestation. Yeah,
and it's all Obes at the moment. He's not going to be able to get the revive in, and that is going to mean real trouble. B will be back into the hands of the Russians, who will keep the point lead. Kirby, and the defensive player, being the anchor of the yoki side, trying to find his way through, trying to get the spots out for his team. He's not going to give his position away just yet. He knows there's a player there, and it's all about how they're going to attack. Oh, he stayed around a little bit too long there. And that's going to be, there's no defensive player left on C. This could mean trouble. This could mean if they want to really throw him off, they could do. But I think that the Russian side will just play it smart, play it carefully, go, okay, we've got the advantage here. How can we keep it? B is being contested, though. We've got players coming in. We see Obes there holding down the air road, making it harder for these guys to rotate in. But there we go, another clean sweep. It's so hard for these guys to get back in here. And B is just left open for the taking. Frantic looks as though he fancies his chances. Waiting on a couple of respawns to come through. He spotted out one. Bad for sure will deny the access. Obes is really the only man standing on the site. Can they really put this into the hands at the last second? They need to start making it happen because those points are really adding against them.
Yeah, they're starting to really take away here, and this means that EnRo Griffins can possibly take this one back as Kawa has been the anchor for the team, just like you said, looking for anyone over towards C right now. And it is being capped over, and they're almost getting 3 cap currently, as you do see. This one man, Lazem, is sitting here inside. No one's even spotted him just yet, but he does pick up a kill. He's going to cap it over. He's going to be taken down, but it doesn't matter. The damage will be done either way. They will get a lot of tickets in for themselves, and that forces yoki on this really bad back spawn onto C, which means they pretty much have to hit B here.
Yeah, they're going to have to. They've been trying B time and time again. The splits have just not been working. They've been they've been really disjointed. The teams pushing from the main road have been there ahead of the teams pushing down A road. So it's not been paying off, but right now we're seeing Frantic just muscling his way through. He's taken down one, going to prone down, try and play smart, get behind the box here, but there's fire everywhere with A firmly in the hands of the Russians. They're just creating the crossfires perfectly, and they're really making it hard work. Bite Me now coming in. He knows there's going to be more fire coming through, but he didn't expect it from the rear, and this spells real trouble.
They realize they're 18 points away from locking down this victory right now, and Kawa is still just trying to hold on towards this C side right here. But look at the cover that EnRo has. I mean, look at this 5-man squad they have. They're not even trying to protect the backside of A because they realize everyone in yoki is trying to come in from this angle, try to come in from this angle, and they're holding everything off. And Keyed right now, great position by him, knows someone's over there, launches a grenade, gets a hit marker, but doesn't get the kill, unfortunately. But still, they are locking yoki down so well. Down to 42 tickets so far, and B is finally being contested right now, as we do have Bite Me actually in towards the back side of it. He's sitting here behind this box, and he will get the cap over on it.
Yeah, and let's think how close this is going to be with this cap in their hands. Oh, he's just gone huge, picking up 2 on the point. And with such a close scoreline, that's exactly what they need. But did they have the respawns in on that B side? Frantic now stands on his own. He's got to lock this one out, and they've done it. B and C in their hands. The points now ticking against the Russians. Bearing in mind, if it goes below 81, the game is towards yoki, but can EnRo turn this back around?
They have a great spot on to C here. If they can pick up the kills, that'd be perfect, as Swiss does get 1, but unfortunately not the second here. And C is being capped over, but you're seeing yoki. They're trying to hold on for the life of them, trying to keep them off of this flag as much as possible. They do get the kills. They haven't got the cap just yet. It does go in favor of... No, it doesn't. It doesn't get capped over just yet, but they're almost there. They finally get it here, and 85 tickets remaining. 84. 3 more tickets, and it will be... 3 more tickets now. I can't even math anymore. I'm so excited. And it will be in favor of yoki.
and they had to fight tooth and nail for this on 81 points. There's the 80. That's what we were waiting for. And yoki have done it against the odds of the rankings as well. These guys, were down in 6th. They're playing against the 3rd position, and they managed to pull it off. And by no means it was an easy game. On the first map, it was damn close. But you saw just then how hard, and even how, brute forcefully they had to just wade back into this one. There was no clean route. It was no, smooth way back. It was just so hard they had to break through to it. And we are seeing the fact that yoki will be advancing. And, well, Koa, one of the Swedes, will be having to face off against another Swedish team of eyeballers. And that is really going to be a battle to watch. But, my God, I can't wait to see what's happening in the rest of the bracket. With upsets already happening in the very first game we're watching, it's going to be a good day.
Yeah, let's keep in mind, these teams were ridiculously close. Yeah, they're ranked 3 and 6 in the A series, but look at it this way. Both teams beat Team Refuse. Both of them lost to ESC many times in the A series as well. They haven't been able to beat that team. They are very similar across the board. You can argue, I guess, 14-8 scoreline for EnRo. You have an 8-2 for yoki. It's a little bit different there, but all these teams are so damn close. If we think back to the first actual Battlefield 4 we casted, it was back in December.
It was a long time
ago. Was it November?
Now.
I think it was even in November.
It might have been late November.
Yeah. There were so one-sided games.
Yeah, there was such disparity.
Now, everyone is just so damn close.
Yeah, very much so. So I cannot wait for this game to get even closer. That was the very first game. So round of 32. We'll be going to the round of 16, not too far away now. And yeah, we are. I do want to see if they've been updated yet. They may not have been, because obviously that game was quite close. So it did drag on for a little while, but I can imagine there may be even closer games, as with the 81-point lead that obviously did go in favour to yoki. That was quite a bit of a one-sided one, but still, let's have a little look back in towards the bracket if we can, and have a little update towards what's going on throughout this
the right
game.
Buttons.
He hit the right game. All right, the right game. I can't use words. Okay, so at the moment, we've seen UMAV taking down Refuse. That's not a huge shock. I think UMAV have always been a team that can really push the very big teams. We've seen them beating Fnatic. We've seen them really challenging Dignitas, and that's happening time and time again. They're a dangerous team. That's gonna be a very good game to watch. Outside of that, Meet Your Makers will be facing off against Exacquo, I think is how I'm going to mispronounce it.
I like that, Exacquo.
Yeah. NB Team Ultra did manage to lose out there, but still, not a bad game all in all. That's not a bad team to lose out to. They're one of the teams that will be joining us throughout this, obviously. Exertus up against Gamers Connection. Exertus winning over B Inside EV. But outside of this, this is quite impressive already to see the likes of yoki beating out EnRo, and I'd love to see the rankings overall of who's going to cause the upsets, because in the round of 16 there's going to be more to come. So guys, let us know your thoughts as well. As we mentioned there, the brackets are quite easy to see. I'd love to get your tweets towards what you think, maybe the finals or semi-finals, what teams are really going to cause upsets. That's what I'd like to see, because at the moment the game's so fresh and still so new that so many teams can come into this and go, okay, we're going to cause that upset, we're going to be the team to take down Dignitas, and it's still possible. The game's not old enough and worked out enough that there's no new tricks to learn.
Right.
And teams like UMAV, time and time again, can cause upsets. yoki can cause upsets. And I want to know what you guys in Twitch chat right now actually think is going to happen towards the finals and the semi-finals, which will be tomorrow.
Yeah, and let's actually explain really quickly, just for you for a second, of how this actually works out. This is a cup system. There will be 4 cups, and it's based on points. So if you get first place, you get 100 points, you get 500 euros for your team.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, you'd be playing anyways, might as well make some money off it. If you get second place, you get 75 points, 300 euros, and it keeps going down from there. But the whole point system and how it works is the top 16 teams at the end of all 4 cups will be placed into groups. Those will be played, I believe, on the 3rd through the 6th of February, and that will determine what 2 teams from each group will advance on into the grand finals. Actually, can be played offline here, I believe, at the ESL studios. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that one. Not even sure on the date exactly as well. But you're playing for a large prize pool there. And remember, any points you can get, I mean, just participating alone in this gets you at least, I believe, 5 points, gets you that much closer to securing a spot into those group stages.
Yeah, for sure. So I think we're going to head to a quick break and find out what game we want to go to next. And I'm thinking UMAV against Dignitas. Let us know your thoughts as well. Obviously, head over and check out the brackets at battlefield-ems1.com and have a little look there to see what you think would be the best game. Let us know in Twitch chat or tweet at us at They Call Me Pansy and Jay Kaplan, his new Twitter. I did, because I kind of looked at XSplit, but still, we're going to go to a quick break. Do stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment with a brand new team and brand new games in the round of 16.